Okay, that went on way longer than I wanted. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Left for Random Talk. Rev is just taking care of his dog. Terribly sorry about that. I wanted to make myself something to eat. And the house guest showed up to take her dogs home. And, yeah, here we are. I don't know why, I don't really know why it stayed on hosting Lycan. But god damn it, he's playing Crosscode. I wanted to watch more of that. We're not completely done over here. If I sound croaky or tired, it's because I am. I'm not feeling all that great. Let's copy this. Hope everybody's been having a good week. Last week was a bit crazy. The week before that, dear lord, we've just been having really, really crazy few episodes. Oh, wait, don't shit, I gotta reopen that. List. Don't lock that.
All right, I'm here.
Hi, Rev.
Hi.
Catch your breath.
Right. Hello, everyone. Hello.
This
Hope
is
everyone's
officially
all right.
episode 41.
Yay!
Because last week I made a mistake of putting episode 41 when it was actually episode 40.
It's fine. So, welcome everyone to today's episode.
Yeah. It's been
right.
crazy past few episodes.
Sorry, I just wanted to mention this. We will be having a special guest on tonight.
Yep.
So, I'll just go and contact him now, see if he's up. Right, so, yeah, just let him know. So, once again, we have... Oh, there he is.
Hello, LT. Welcome to the call.
Hello.
And, yes, everyone bring a warm welcome to LT, first time appearing on the show.
Usually he appears as text on the screen.
Yeah, kind of been keeping up with you guys for a little while. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to have you all.
So just so we know, the intro was playing for 12 minutes straight because I went upstairs to make a sandwich, and the house guest showed up, and then I went to the bathroom and I finished making my sandwich. I have it right here.
All right. I'll read off the topics like always, and we'll get started. So, today's topics are the following: Warframe, Wolf of Saturn 6 is now live. New alert system and its rewards, what it has to offer, and our thoughts on Nora and the lore.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and actually, LT has some experience personally with the wolf, as it turns out.
Yeah, more on that later.
Exactly. More on this at 11. No. Right. Talking about Anthem, an overview and why it disappointed people. So this is more of it's not really a Revs review. It's more like a kind of overview of everything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Rotten Tomatoes is criticizing critics by removing the not interested in watching option for our website. People are pissed and many believe it's an act to protect Disney's Captain Marvel. We'll get into more of that later, trust me. It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I just love when we have to bring in political bullshit into our show. He said so sarcastically loud.
It really brightens the place, doesn't
it? Yes. Moving right along. THQ Nordic decides to hold an AMA on 8chan. People are confused as to why they would do that. Me included. Pete, Hello there, Kiadin Crow. Welcome to the show.
Hello,
Moving right
Crow.
along. This one I find kind of funny. PETA attacks Steve Irwin on his birthday. Animal killers attacking a dead man's birthday. How low can they really get? It's so fucking funny. And of course, people did trash on PETA. We'll get into that afterwards.
Yeah.
And lastly, to end it with our running gag of the series, basically, Fallout 76, yet again. Bans player for playing 900 plus hours, as if they have enough players to ban.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a bit more to this as well, but again, we'll get into that when we get there. So let's start it off strong with Warframe.
And silence.
It's like not everyone don't need to talk all at once.
I'll see if I can
Fair enough,
find
fair.
that for you, LT.
So I might as well get into it. So as of yesterday, because technically it did go live yesterday,
Yeah, it did.
the Wolf of Saturn 6 has now gone live. For those of you who don't know, the Wolf of Saturn 6 is now a sort of radio serial in universe, which is basically hosted by an individual called Nora, who is part of a group called
what?
basically Nightwave.
Hmm.
Yeah, kind of weird, but I like it. Basically, she has gotten involved with recounting the. Hold on, Crow has a question for you, HH.
I don't see the chat just yet, so just keep talking. I'll read it soon.
Sorry.
When am I doing
it's faster for me.
when am I doing Terraria? Unfortunately, I don't think I'm gonna be going back to that.
Oh no.
Like, I love Terraria, but the love for it dies off very, very quickly because I absolutely hate the corruption mechanic.
Mm.
Like, I understand it's a necessary evil, it's just I don't like it.
No, I understand. All right, going back into it. So yes, basically Nora hosts the Nightwave, and it's kind of like a radio serial being directed as a form of communication, aka us.
Yeah.
And strong with
You're
basically
roboting.
alerting us. Oh, how bad?
Pretty bad.
Like, am I still going completely mental, or is it like?
You sound alright right now.
Yeah, you're completely fine right
Hold on.
Nope.
How about now?
You sound. Keep talking.
Hold on. All right, hopefully this is fine.
Yeah, you sound good right now.
Yeah, the connection all day today has been like completely borked, and I have no idea why.
Sir Blumpkin.
Like it's gotten so
Welcome
bad,
to
it's
the
actually
stream.
affected everything else. Oh, bloody hell! How about now? Am I all right?
Yeah, you sound alright.
Okay. I have no idea what's causing this today.
I don't know either.
Hopefully it doesn't stay, though I doubt it. Anyway, so yeah, basically Nora hosts the Nightwave, and she starts off strong with letting us know about a prison called Saturn 6.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like the real world equivalent would be oh god, I'm trying to think.
Is it the one in San Francisco?
Oh my, hold on.
Is it the one in San Francisco? Is that one you're thinking of? Like the island?
I think so. It's either that or it's like a reference to Guantanamo Bay.
Well, both of them will work, because like Alcatraz is one that was only broken out of completely once, but the bodies were never found. What took
I'm
me?
gonna go with her on Alcatraz.
Oh my.
Sir Blumpkin,
I'll
I
be
don't
right
know
back.
what you're talking about. Also, I can't find the right Spartan.
Okay, hopefully now it's stable.
You're
Again.
stable. You're fine.
Yeah, for some reason, you guys are not coming in for me. And I have no idea why that's happening.
Sir Blumpkin, are you sure you're on the right stream? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, no judgment, it's just like, Who?
Sorry, dude, but I think you're on the wrong stream.
Yeah, definitely the wrong stream. My name is HH, not Kayla. What the fuck?
Hi there!
Hi there, you're flirting with a complete random stranger who will very quickly report you if you do that. Like, I am more likely to put a gun to your dick for flirting with me.
Oh, God.
I don't care for it.
Oh, that's crazy.
What the fuck? Oh, whoever's in Twitch chat, if they're able to, please clip all of this.
Okay, what is going on right now?
Precious, would you stop saying that? I don't know who you are.
I don't know the situation.
I didn't link anyone
Why did I link you here?
here.
I linked on Tumblr, I linked on Twitter, and on my Discord group. I have no idea who the hell you are.
I'm trying to find out who this person is.
I don't know.
So speak with
The past few episodes have been insane, and this is just tipping the scale.
Okay, hold on a second. If you guys can still hear me, I have no idea what's going on, but every time you guys try to talk or say anything, my ears are just not picking anything up. There's like entire hours worth of like no, just silence.
Sir Blumpkin, get off the stream. I did not message you. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Okay, I'm reporting this guy. And let's go with that. Boop. And don't.
No. I'm not gonna fucking call you. Leave me alone.
There we go. And dealt with. Alright, give me one. What the fuck?
But what?
I'm pretty sure he's just doing this to spite you or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's best just to ignore him for the time being. I'll figure that out later.
Alright. Yeah, Rev's gonna restart his internet.
But the bodies were never.
What the? What the hell
no
was
idea
that?
what that was.
The bodies were never what? I'm sorry?
All right. Hopefully this works now.
No.
Just keep talking. Let's see if it fixes it.
We heard something on your end.
Okay.
Something about the bodies were never, and it cuts off.
Oh yeah, I was running the playback for a second to see if it would fix any audio errors I might have had.
Okay.
Yeah, and hopefully now I can hear you guys and everything remains stable.
I have blocked him from the channel, and well, actually no, I've put him in timeout for 300 seconds.
Oh Jesus!
Just to leave us alone. That was weird.
That was creepy. Very creepy.
Very.
Yeah, sad to say, you'll probably find more of those. He's not the first. As hell won't be the last.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
But anyways,
right,
might want to get back on topic.
Right. Thank you. So, right, basically, the whole thing is that right now the new alert system has been implemented. We've got new rewards, new items of that nature. I am actually I'm quite impressed by what we've got going on with this new. I don't think we could call it an alert system, couldn't we?
Considering the fact that they've gotten rid of the old alert system, then yeah, it's supposed to.
Okay, so basically it's a revamp of the old alert system, except now you have to work for specific rewards by doing weekly or daily challenges throughout the entire as long as I can't say the events last, technically speaking. It's more along the lines of like I don't even know how a good way to describe it really.
Most of the events are weekly based, and there's one daily. You manage to get them done based on rankings between 1,000 standing being the minimum daily, or 10,000 being. As you acquire these, these challenges done, then you'll be able to gain extra items as you advance through the standing ranks.
Exactly.
There's currently 30 right now, and you managed to get to the next level past 10,000 per rank.
Exactly, and basically the this new alert system basically works as following, where it is basically the rewards you get as you climb up the standing with Nightwave is more basically it's kind of like selecting a reward from another syndicate, where you have the option of picking one free reward before you work for the rest of it. And that's basically what it is right now. And the rewards are and this is just like me throwing random things. Like it's basically it escalates from cosmetic to interesting cosmetic to resource, more useful resource, Syandana, armor, etc., etc. Just things of that nature. It gets better as it goes up. Roughly, give or take.
And in terms of what you can get in terms of the wolf credits, there's pretty much all the cosmetics that you would get for most of the warframes. You got a couple of aura mods, a couple of desert skins, Babon's parts, Organ Catalyst, Reactor, a Saturn 6 ornaments, and 5 Nightain extra.
Yes, and all that's bought through wolf credits, which I don't like the wolf credits, how they last. That actually kind of rubs me the wrong way. And that is, they are not, you basically, you can't hold on to the credits within a week's time, because after that you lose them, just like the argon crystals, and you have to basically like try to get them again within the next week.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me worry about this whole thing, because like I'm actually worried that certain objects we need to get, or you want to get, the armor or the sandana of the wolf, you won't get it within this allotted time. That's what's really gotten me worried as of late.
Actually, as far as I'm reading right here, because I've got Warframe pulled up right now, looking through some of this stuff for the information.
Oh, okay.
The wolf credits, it says in the description of it, use them or lose them. Wolf credit expires when the program ends. So by the time that this whole thing is over and done with, this will probably be about, say, give or take a month or two until the next one. Which then the wolf credits will be obsolete.
I see. So basically, we have time then, effectively.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's see. And then, well, okay, so let's get into something else as well. So these new alerts basically work as following. You will go into a mission, or you can basically go into any mission you want and do the mission as normal. So let's say if you want to do an exterminate for the resources, you can do that. But you also have a bonus objective underneath, which is based on the Nightwave alert. Basically, you have the option of picking of doing those bonus objectives within your mission, and it's actually quite what's the word I'm looking for here? It kind of adds more to Warframe. And like some of these are you're going to have to run through certain missions over and over again. Others are like one and done.
Yeah. Like 3 capture missions, do 8 bounties on the plains, scan stuff for Samaras, or just scan random shit with your scanner.
Exactly. Actually, the one thing I actually found is my favorite is the graffiti one. Just spray a glyph on the ground.
It's that simple, yeah. Like another somewhat simple one, if you're like somebody who is a treasure seeker, is to get the Iatan sculptures and put the stars in them.
Oh yeah. I'm having like the worst time looking for Iatan statues. Like everywhere I've gone to, it has just been absolute just shit.
Rev?
Yeah?
You forget about arbitrations.
Pardon?
Arbitrations have a high chance of giving you Iatan sculptures upon completion of each round.
That's definitely the place to get them.
Yeah, it's a high chance.
All right. Note to self, go to arbitrations after this is done.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, same. Avoid the corpus ones, because those you're basically asking to fail.
I hate the corpus ones so much.
Infestation would be like the best one to go for.
Yeah, actually, funnily enough, the alerts as well. The other thing to mention is that they are incredibly. You're not locked into one. You can do whichever you want at any point, and you can do multiple objectives within the same level. Nice. Which is I mean that's like, wow, this really expedites the process, and I don't have to like leave the level and then come back and do something else.
Oh fuck, Sir Pumpkin's back.
Yeah, I've been ignoring him. Just don't pay attention to him. Like, I'm sure this is what he wants.
I hit undo. Hide user on this channel. Okay, thank you. He is not welcome here.
Thank you. Like, oh god, all that seemed like just, oh, that's so creepy. Like, who is this guy? Sir Blunken. Like, I'm gonna look this guy up on YouTube. I want to find out like what's his deal.
Yeah.
Creepy motherfucker. Yes, it's creepy motherfucker.
While you're doing that, may I bring up the subject that some people might have missed?
Go ahead.
The fact that the Umbral Forma has made an appearance.
Oh yeah, everybody was freaking out about that on Tumblr.
Let's see here.
Yeah, Crow, I have reported him. I have also kind of just pretty much hidden him from this channel. We're not going to see any more of his comments. There's really no option for me to ban, just hide and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here, Sir Plumpkin. Ah, found him. Has nothing, and somehow has 14 subscribers. The fuck?
He's a bot. He's a harassing bot.
I see. Pain in the ass. Anyway, moving on. So, right, basically speaking...
Whoa. Whoa. You're going robot again.
Hold on, give a second. Give it a moment, it'll fix itself.
Alright, there you go.
There, you see, it's like this thing is so iffy with me. Anyway, moving right along. Right, the Umbral Forma, this is something I've been dreading since it's been hinted at and shown. And that is, does this mean that we're going to now have more Umbral things involved? And is it, basically, is this going to be Riven 2.0 effectively?
I don't know. I was actually kind of hoping there would be a way to to change the mod slots to be Umbral.
There was when it was first announced, or when Umbra was first put into the game.
Yeah.
But then they got rid of it because they want Umbral Forma.
Because apparently that's easier.
I don't know. Personally, like I said, I don't see the Umbral Forma as a good idea. At least if it doesn't add extra mod capacity, then no. It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Wait, hold on a second.
Yep.
As I'm sitting here reading the description for the Umbral Forma. Here's what the description says in full. This shape-altering component is fundamental to Orkan construction. Allows you to change the polarity of a mod slot on a Warframe companions or weapon to Umbral polarity, and then resets their affinity to unranked. This can only be used on level 30 Warframes, companions, and weapons. So in other words, they have plans for possible Umbral companions, according to this description.
Umbra's hidden Kubro.
or a friggin'
Umbral's sentient slave.
Oh boy.
That's Sentinel, not sentient.
Sorry.
That's fine.
That'd be messed up.
Sentient slave.
That'd be really messed up.
You take my space mom away, I take your soldier.
Just one random soldier at random. Oh man. Yeah, but basically it's yeah. So we've got those going on. We've got a few other things. Now I want to mention something as well. Affinity for the Nightwave can also be earned by encountering Saturn VI fugitives. Now, have you guys encountered any?
Yes, I have died to many of them.
Okay.
The fugitives look like those tube men that you see in Uranus, the ones that are just floating around.
Yes.
Don't underestimate them at all. Because these
I've made that
guys,
mistake as nice.
these guys pack a punch. Oh my
Really?
gods, they throw thermite at you.
To be completely honest, I've been just killing these guys left and right. What are you? It's like, what are you?
It's because I'm always assuming that one shot from my What is it? It's the kit gun that looks like a pizza.
Pete, well, hold on a second.
The kit gun that looks like a pizza.
The moon one. I don't remember the name.
Oh, Catch Moon.
Catch Moon, yeah.
that one.
Yeah, mine is really, really powerful, and I've just been assuming that one shot will take them down. Usually it doesn't, so I get killed very quickly. That, or they're fighting a corpus that's right behind me, and they kill me in the process.
No, to be completely honest, like I've been just killing these guys with just my Arca Plasmor. In fact, it seems like shotguns are the way to go with these guys.
Or a Catch Moon.
Arca? Or either one. Well, here's the little thing. So,
Whoa.
hold on.
Oh, robot again.
Wait for it.
You're good.
Okay, good. Basically, they scale with the enemy you're facing. So if you were to hypothetically go to a level 5 or 10 extermination, for example, they will be level 10. They always go for the maximum level.
Yeah.
So basically, if you want to like farm them, just go to the very like low end places, wait a bit, and they'll just kind of spawn. But I haven't exactly figured out how soon they spawn.
As far as I've seen, they also appeared in the Plains of Eidolon because Cole Jackson killed a few while we were trying to deal with the high.
But be careful, because like when they're in the plains, they glitch out.
Oh, they do horribly.
Yeah, we noticed that several times.
don't kill them on the rocks.
Yeah. So we Snow and I did a long run of all the bounties. And the 7th one, 3 fugitives spawned, but they didn't move. They were stuck in place, and they were right outside the door.
Oh no.
Well, we had already finished the bounty, but they were right there. And we killed them, and we weren't able to pick one of them up. So we had like 2 out of 3, and it still had him there, even by the time we were done.
It's like, forget it, you can stay. Tell everyone else
we're coming back to the door. I'm Titanian, I'm really tiny. I just drift by. I'm like, yeah, sup, Dave. Bye, Dave.
Dave, the fugitive.
Hey, Jim, Bob, and Dave, what's going on, bud?
So, wait. So we've got Bob, the janitor who's not supposed to be in the railjack, and now we have Dave.
Oh, by the way, I have set Bob up.
Oh, good.
Oh, the text is really big.
Oh, poor thing. But yeah, the other thing. That's okay.
Ta-da!
Yay, Bob! Oh, jeez.
And we're back.
Please, DE, make him a thing, please.
I wanted to see him, but we never got to.
Yeah, he's in the one place he's not supposed to be.
I'm gonna have to refresh the live dashboard thing because some of Crow's messages are not showing up for me.
Okay, fair enough. Right. So there's a reason why I brought LT here, and that was, I believe between you, me, and Snow, he's the only person to face the wolf.
Wait, what?
He's fought the wolf.
I don't.
Me, Cole Jackson, and 2 randoms, and we're doing some invasion missions. We ended up finding. Well, actually, Wolf found us in the middle of one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, he's from like the old raid stuff, isn't he?
I don't think so.
Just the raid era, like when they had raids. Because I don't know who this guy is at all.
What, the wolf?
Yeah.
No, he's new. Like, he's completely new to Warframe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, to be completely honest, though, I've theorized And I think, and call me conspiracy nut, but I think he might be Lech Krill, the original.
Oh God.
Judging by the looks, it looks like one of the Lanciers that you'd see on Uranus in the undersea labs on Earth. He kind of looks like that, but oversized.
And,
When I saw
Again-
the pan around, I started thinking of the Doom guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
man. But
I
no.
managed to get a scan of him though whenever before the fight started. I can give you some of the basic information here.
Yes, please go ahead.
All right, the guy. Whenever I scan him, the guy's name is just Wolf of Saturn 6. His faction is completely neutral. He's got 200 armor and 2,500 health. And the description of him: the only lunatic fearsome enough to have escaped the Saturn 6 max pen.
Damn.
Yeah. This guy, I've honestly been fascinated with him. Specifically because I want to know what caused him to snap and why he was sent to prison. And, we know the Grenier. We know they don't usually keep prisoners.
Yeah.
If you're a flunky, you're turned back into nutrient paste.
Which begs the question: why in the world do they have a maximum penitentiary hidden below the gas on? Not Venus. What am I saying?
Saturn's ring.
I've been playing. Yeah, I've been playing too much of the Orb Battle.
Yes, we've had this secretly here under the Valis.
If my mind is
Oh, good,
any
that
more
still works.
fried, it's going to be anywhere near freaking French fries. Because
Oh God, French fries sound good.
No. Anyway. Hold on. My phone has just gone mental. The fuck. Yeah, it broke.
Oh God.
Awesome.
what? My phone broke too. Hang on, I got a phone.
What is going? Oh dear, it's Y2K.
My phone's fine. Because my phone is old as balls. It's like
Turns out about 5
like
telemarketers tried calling me right now.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that happens.
Okay, no, it was a cookie thing that happened. I'm fine now.
My phone is old as balls. It's like second or third generation touchscreen.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving back. So, if you guys actually pay attention to the wolf's helmet, like how it's designed, I think. And again, this is a thought. I think his armor is his prison. Like they built this armor specifically to keep him contained, but still able to walk around and do shit.
Yeah.
And something happened. He must have tried breaking the armor. Why his eye is closed like that? Like behind the helmet, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Another thing is that the wolf can drop his hammer blueprint and parts for it. LT, when you fought him, what did you get?
The only thing that dropped from him at the time was molten impact, and I'm not.
Okay, so it's not just.
I assume that the way that he works is kind of like how Goosejock 3 and Zanuka and Stalker works. That it'll have a very rare chance for him to drop the. So.
Well,
I just got
apparently,
extremely unlucky.
apparently, you and Quiet Shallow are both unlucky because she also got molten impact.
Oh no!
Yes, which and based on the update we just got, like not the hot fix, I think this was an error on all sides. I'm not joking. I think DE fucked up when they were trying to get him to drop certain things, and he's just been dropping molten impact.
Oh my god!
Oh, and it's so much worse because he spawns at random too.
No! Come on!
Like, I have been trying to figure out how to spawn him, and I've been just waiting around in levels, just killing fugitives, hoping he just spawns, and he just doesn't.
We practically killed about 3 fugitives, and then no more popped up for a little while. We did about 6 to 7 invasion missions, and then Wolf.
No, okay, so maybe he's connected to the invasion mission.
Whatever the case, he was killing Grenier and Corpus alike, so I don't want to mess with him again.
Which means he's really has just snapped.
I think he's he was a Grenier that was potentially a Goose Drag, but he had more willpower than they did. They can't be can't be as controlled as them.
And that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, okay, so basically
consider this. He's a Goose Drag with 0 loyalty to anyone, especially the queens. And that is a danger to the Grenier.
Well, this is what we know about the Grenier. There are 2 sort of genetic flaws. There's the Berserker flaw, which the Ghost Drag 3 have, and then there's the loyalty gene flaw, which is what Clem and the Steel Meridian have. It's entirely possible he might have both in the extremes.
Yeah.
And according to LT here, he's huge too.
Yeah. Since we were doing this stuff on Jupiter, this one tile said that I remember, like, the situation pretty much went like this. While everybody else was going ahead killing everything, I was hanging back just getting a few of the containers popped open to see if there's anything good in it, even though I have a whole bunch. As I hop down from the top platform down to the bottom floor and I see this giant wide double door, I look to my right and then the comms lit up. Next thing I know, Wolf shows up to my left and hits me with a hammer and knocks me down.
Raz, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
Oh, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? Like, after this is all said and done tonight, like the show's over, I'm going to make a story just based around that, and I'm going to make it the most fucked up thing in the universe.
What, the surprise attack that he had against me?
Yeah, I'm taking what you guys went through. I'm going to convert it into a story, like with you and Cole in it. So keep an eye out for that.
It would make sense.
Yeah, I'm going to, like, I'm picturing, like, the moment spawns in. Hold on.
All right.
And, like, I think the thing's going mental again.
It went for a split second, but you're fine now.
Yeah, it's giving me a scare now. Like, Discord is trying to give me active. But no, basically, I've already got like a scene in my mind, in which you guys are just fighting with the 2 randos, and then like the power surges out, you hear a sound, and then you just see a like the bladed end of the hammer just wedge itself into the door, and he's just pulling it open like it's nothing. Yeah, like something out of Doom or some other crazy shit like that.
Yeah. And in terms of size, whenever he did fully stand up after he hit me with a hammer, he nearly hit the top of the wide Corpus doorway.
Oh my god, that's huge.
So he's bigger than the Ghost Drag 3.
Just a little bit.
Oh, glad to see you're still here, Crow. Sorry, just giving us an update. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's the wolf in a nutshell. He is a huge lumbering brute with a hammer, and is just going to kill everyone with it. Who, for some reason, just drops Molten Impact.
Which is now currently fixed, and I'm very upset.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing at the fact that both you and Quiet Shallow both got fucking Molten Impact from Wolf.
It wasn't just me, it was everybody else that showed up to go kill.
Man. And no, the worst part is he drops the blueprint and the pieces of his hammer, so you have to farm him like 3 times.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I said, DE has to like fix his spawn rate so he appears a little bit more frequently, or gives us something to help us draw him out.
Yeah, like those beacons that Paro gives you.
It better be a freaking beacon.
Yeah.
Wolf beacon, yes. Well, this event is supposed to be going on for like a month, right? Like episode 1 of this whole thing.
I believe so. I think.
Yeah, so I'm sure that within month 2 we might get more things, or maybe hunt him down in a different way. Yeah, hold on. I think there was something. Oh, right. So, question: Who do you think Nora is?
I had a theory. Because I paid attention to how she talked and like what was going on. Snow's only thing is that she has the same physical shape of Lotus, and that's just because DE has a very limited amount of models for women, so I don't really count that. But I noticed
that she's part Solaris.
I did notice that when she talked, these little pieces on the sides of her face would glow, similar to how the Solaris do when they talk. I think she is like Solaris in origin, but instead of tucking her head away into a body, she's either on top of the body, like where the head is, or she's somewhere else. I'm not sure.
I've been looking at Nora's, basically what she's got around her, everything around her body, not just her face. And the way she talks about the Grineer when she first starts, mentions the royalty, mentions all of this. I think she could be Grineer, or part of the Empire, but not a natural Grineer, just a citizen of the Empire itself. And maybe she is part of the military, maybe she's not. Either way, maybe she, like I said, she's been able to decrypt information, has kept an eye on this kind of shit, and has basically been keeping tabs on the Grineer, and has found a way to communicate with us directly. So, again, it's very likely she knows more about the tech than she lets on. And if Nora Knight really is someone to be trusted, if she is Grineer, by the way, then, again, that would be interesting to see. Hell, maybe she is part of the nobility, given that the Grineer do have a noble system going on.
Maybe.
Yes. And of course, there are people who are still suggesting that what if she's also Orican, based on how there's bits of gold in her clothing and attire? I'm like, nah, I don't see it.
Wait, have we gotten a full look at her?
No.
No.
It still only shows her like a small portion of her face and a little bit of her neck.
Mm-hmm. But when the wolf intro starts proper, people have been able to slow it down, because there are certain scenes where Nora's head is lowered or her neck is up, so you get a better look at what she's wearing or what she has. And people kind of been able to decipher that and kind of notice similarities with like the Lotus's outfit and things like that.
Thankfully, whenever you have some tools to get into the files of the game, eventually we can actually pull her out and see what she actually looks like.
Talk to Paul about that one.
That motherfucker,
like he is incredibly skilled at pulling shit out of Warframe, and it's insane.
Like, we got to see what Lotus's face looked like, and got this. I guess he also pulled a few other things out of the files. Not until he pulled anything out of this yet. He's still trying to get some stuff caught up.
Yeah, if he can like pull the wolf's model, and if we can see like if his head actually has a face underneath, or if it's just that, it would give us a better idea as to what kind of Grineer he is.
If both me and you can ask him about that, he'll probably be more than happy to oblige on that part, and we can have something for the next set.
Good idea. Either way, it's worth investigating. And before anyone else asks and says, oh, why would DE bother modeling a whole face and everything for the wolf if we don't see it? It's like, I would like to point out that Lech Krill has an entire head modeled and everything underneath that mess of a helmet.
Yep.
And confirm, I've seen it myself.
Yeah. DE puts care into this kind of crap.
Yep.
Not to mention, if I may say this real quick,
Sure.
when it was the first release and before the whole situation with, Old Mate started getting released to everybody, I pretty much already knew what the situation that was going on in terms of the characters, because at some points I would just like use my camera to like angle it right just to get inside the torso and the body.
Yeah.
And you saw
I was-
the
Details.
casing.
I was about to
I noticed
mention
the
that.
empty casing. I had no idea at the time that they were that those empty casings inside the torso were actually housing their real head until it was too late.
Yeah, I had noticed the weird casing, and I had assumed that this was like like with General.
Whoa. There you go again.
I think we might have lost him.
Yeah.
I can still hear you guys.
Hi, you're
There
back.
you are.
All right.
We were playing World Domination.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anywho.
Okay. And hold on, people are already calling Wolf the Mr. X of Warframe.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. That's perfect, actually. It's Mr. Hammer.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. It reminds me of that whole X gonna give it to you moment someone made. Please tell me we can get that into Warframe just for the Wolf.
I don't think so. I forget who I sent it to, but there was like a tweet, a video where Leon pulls out a rocket launcher. Mr. X is right in front of him. Mr. X stops, turns around, leaves the room. Hey, I found the repent lizard.
Yeah. Wait, LT, have you ever seen that?
I've seen similar videos.
The repent lizard. Have you ever seen it?
Oh, that one. No, I haven't seen.
Oh, hold on. I gotta show you this. Slight detour.
Oh,
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Hi, welcome to Left for Random Talk. We take things very serious around here, especially a plane up somebody's butt. Very serious.
I love that GIF so much.
I guess that's gonna be my new wallpaper from this point forward.
Yes.
Oh, I did. I sent it to you, Rev. That's where I sent it to.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Farouk. You're the hero we deserve. God, my face hurts now.
You and me both.
Try being my
But-
lungs. I can't laugh
Oh, did you like? Oh no.
But
Yeah.
what was it?
Oh, she found the video that she just had the girl with the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claire with the rocket launcher.
Nope, I ain't being paid enough for this shit. Walks away.
I didn't think that he would actually have a reaction to her holding the rocket launcher.
Yeah, that was actually something I was quite happy about. Like, it shows that the tyrants are smart things, technically.
Technically.
Like, Umbrella isn't paying me enough Umbrella dollars to do this shit.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
we can get back on topic.
Yeah. I will say this: the wolf's hammer looks impressive. Like, it isn't just a recolor or redesign of the jet attack. No, like, this thing looks like something he built in prison.
That's what he said.
You can tell because I got a close look at it in my skull.
Yeah, actually, what I like is that the hammer acts like a glaive. He'll throw it and it'll come back to him.
Oh, like Thor.
He's Thor. Wolf is fucking Thor.
Not to mention that one of his
nice
attacks
pack form.
forward and causing a vortex to pull you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I ended up getting killed by him. And guess what? The corrosive wasn't taking.
Oh my god.
I feel much. And the thing I'm worried about, and that is, he's a much stronger foe than we
Whoa,
expect.
stop. You need to try that again.
Hold on, I'm loading things. Give it a moment.
Want to spark cranberry?
What?
I heard some knocking. That's why I said.
Housekeeping. Mint for pillow.
Mint for pillow. Okay, there you go, HH.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it is a very nice looking hammer.
I want it.
But we can get it if they fucking fixed it.
Oh my god, he has high heels.
Yeah,
Wait. Oh, I missed. Son of a bitch.
What?
I didn't realize that.
Didn't realize what? You're cutting out.
No, the situation with him practically looked like he's wearing high.
Oh,
Yeah.
But no, it's his lower half. It looks. Here, I'll send it to you just so you can get a good look.
Yeah, it looks like he's wearing those really chunky high heel boots from like Kiss.
From like Kiss, I can see it. But again, this kind of shows that he has ledge krills in the Grusstrike 3's legs. So further evidence.
I like the way that he's designed overall.
Yeah,
he gives a little bit of a difference compared to everybody else that I usually find.
Exactly, and I honestly love it. He's different, but similar to the enemies we fought. And I love every aspect about it. And I so want his armor. Specifically because I recently got a Grak skin, and I want to put that armor on to see how it looks.
Well, I'm going to test that out on Valkyr and Zephyr. So, yeah, that's my goal too.
We're all in this for fashion. The true
My
enemy.
current goal is to put Hildren's flex pose on every single one of my female frames.
Speaking, oh God.
Speaking of, we haven't received her.
Pardon?
I don't think we got Hildren yet.
No,
Oh,
not
no.
yet.
Again, I think that's likely going to happen after Railjack. Or during Railjack.
Either way, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, DE's plan is like, after this, it's like release the Deck 12 Exploiter, then Railjack, then likely New War.
Release all the content.
Oh, jeez. And again, this is
There are a
why...
few months of dry content. Yeah, I can see that.
And this is why DE is still on... I'm sorry. This is why Warframe is still on top, where Anthem and Destiny failed. Oh, I went there.
No one's judging your opinion. Neither am I. I'm just saying.
Jeez. I can hear the anger from across the waves now. Yeah. But
I really can't laugh.
I think that covers everything for this update, unless I'm missing something. That's it. We covered Nora. We covered the new alerts. We covered the wolf.
I saw something. I'm actually in like the Warframe chat.
All right.
Something was gonna still stick around when it came to alerts. A Gift of the Lotus was gonna stick around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna get those, but we're just not gonna get alerts.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I actually wanted to ask, how many fugitives did you guys run into?
Total or per mission that they would show up?
Per mission.
3. It's always 3 per mission.
Okay, so
we've only ran into 3 on our end, except just like 1 per.
But that doesn't mean they're going to show up every single time.
No. It's just that I've been trying to figure out like what exactly controls their like spawn rates or things of that nature. Because he mentioned he only faced 1 when I said I faced 3 of them at a time. And we're just trying to understand how this all works, really.
Yeah.
All right, I think that covers everything. Yeah. That covers everything.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So that covers the Wolf of Sarum 6. Things are likely to change in the future, so everyone keep an eye on that. And if anything changes, we will be there to cover it.
Yeah.
Like always. Thank you, LT, for joining us for this segment. Do you want to stay on, or you good?
I'm probably gonna hop off whenever since you guys are gonna be moving forward. Considering the fact that there's a couple of other things I gotta get finished over here, so I'll let you guys continue on with the show. I'll stay tuned to listen.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for joining us, LT, and we hope to see you more in the future.
Yep.
Yeah, same here. Take care, guys.
All right, thanks, man. All right. That was LT, everyone.
Yay. Like, that was LT, everyone. Cricket. Okay, warm welcome. Thank you.
All right, moving on. Let's go into the next topic of tonight, and that is Anthem.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, it's been, I think, a bit, more or less, like a little bit over a month, I want to say.
A month, maybe a few weeks.
A few weeks to a month, let's say.
Yeah.
And, Anthem's come out, and it's unfortunately to a lukewarm response. And unfortunately, that is due in large part to how badly BioWare dropped the ball on it. So I'll get into detail this time. Basically, Anthem is a brand new IP. It's a new world, new story, new everything. So out of the gate, it's already got like a lot of shit writing on it. But unfortunately, the writing team kind of screwed the pooch because they established the setting and everything that quick. There's no time to really digest anything. It's all just you're a freelancer. You pilot a javelin. You have the psychic bitch over here. Now go out into the world.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It doesn't.
Even if it wasn't a battle royale, it doesn't really hit anything for me.
Exactly, and to make matters worse, all that I've said is, oh god, what was? All that is paraphrased. A lot of information.
Whoa! Stop! You're doing it again.
Give it a moment.
All right, let's try talking again.
Is that fine? Am I back to normal?
For now, yeah.
All right, good. Right, but that's the thing. All the information I just said isn't conveyed to you in game. It's the Destiny problem. You have to go to an external source to find it. Again. And again, this is BioWare, who made Mass Effect. I usually get this in the bag, but no.
I'm actually, I'm actually a little nervous when people say Mass Effect these days, because Liam has been playing Mass Effect. He's he's working through 1 and 2 to get to 3. And he keeps asking questions that like most people just don't give a shit about. It's like these are decisions you need to make. Stop asking people. So I'm just keeping an eye on our call to see if he's gonna pop in just randomly.
He's gonna probably ask us, like, is it a good idea to save the...
Like, he's mostly deciding, like, what to play it through as.
Oh, okay. No, he should be engineer, flat out.
I forget, I don't remember what he said he was gonna go with. It was like
Renegade.
I don't remember. So he was gonna do like a combination of things. I don't remember.
I got to talk to him later then and see what's going on there. But yeah, so Anthem's problems start off really raw. First mission in the game, you are thrown into the seat of a javelin as a player, and you're going after something called the Heart of Rage, and you have to stop it because freelancers are the people's heroes, and you're with a team of 9 other guys and some guy called Harlock, who you're supposed to know because he's your best friend, and a cipher called Faye, who is apparently your cipher, best friend as well. And then you go into the Heart of Rage, and do you see where this is coming from? Like, you're starting to see the problem here.
Yeah.
You're thrown in boots first without so much...
You're thrown into the middle of a story.
Exactly. And there are ways of doing middle of the story intros.
Yeah.
But there's also... there are poor ways of doing it, and this was a poor way of doing it. So... Basically, you get in... So, to help understand, the Heart of Rage is basically... okay, there's something called the Anthem of Creation. And it's an energy force that creates shit, like life out of the lifeless, or it alters reality, and it's magic. It's sci-fi magic, basically. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The Heart of Rage is the result of someone attempting to control the Anthem with artificial means, and it went out of control. There, I've explained everything in under like 5 seconds. An Anthem takes like almost 30 minutes to get around to this kind of information after you leave the Heart of Rage, by the way. Was it so hard to have like Harlock give us a briefing that said this is why it's happening and this is why you have to stop it?
Like, even Titanfall 2 does that.
Exactly. And to make matters worse, your team of 9, when you all go in to fight the or enter the Heart of Rage, it's like a cyclone, and there's just chaos within it, basically. That's the best way I can describe it. So when you all go into the Heart of Rage with like 9 other guys, 3 of you and like 3 others get pretty much owned right off the bat. Like, not dead, but like, bitch, get out of here kind of owned.
Yeah.
So it knocks out your power, knocks out your javelin. You don't have access to your power, you know, the typical downgrade the protagonist thing. And of course, the tutorial starts up and you have to save your freelancer buddies, who apparently their ciphers got comatose because they got too close to the Anthem mentally. So they're brain dead, so these 3 guys have to go back, and then you're going to meet up with the other 3 guys. And then you're fighting a Titan, like an actual rock Titan. Supposedly like a very cool.
You're doing it again.
I'm not sure.
People in the Warframe chat are talking about Clem. Don't question Clem.
Yeah, I think it's Discord.
Oh boy.
Hold on. Yeah, I see it.
Server settings.
Yeah, I think it's Discord lagging out right now.
I'm gonna change the region real quick.
Alright. Let's see if
Let's
that fixes it.
go with East. Okay, how's it sound now?
Alright, it seems to be fine for the moment.
Yep, that's definitely better. Yeah.
Okay, good. Anyway. So Titans are like these, what's the word I'm looking for? They're like Anthem created creatures, stone brought to life kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment you and your team, like you and the 3 other guys who are out there, including Harlock, when you're all out there, your 2 friends basically bite the bullet. They get completely destroyed by this one Titan. And it's like, how quickly this happens, how quickly they die, is like something straight out of Attack on Titan.
Oh, God.
My immediate thought was, really? Is this the kind of game we're going to be playing? Alright, fuck it. Let's go punch a rock thing in the face. Spoiler alert, you don't punch the rock thing in the face. Because that would be too much fun. Well, no, I lie. You do kill the Titan that kills your friends, but you and Harlock have to get out of there because there are 3 more coming, it's a 2-man team now, and it's just too risky. And here's the stupid thing. So after that happens, 2 years pass by. And within those 2 years, the people have already turned against the freelancers as the heroes of the people and things like that. Because they failed to stop the Heart of Rage. I'm sorry, what? Oh, there he goes. Someone's home and he's already bolting to the door. But yeah, you see where this problem comes in. It's like, why is this a thing? Why are you... Oh, hold on. Let me go tend to the dog. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Poor puppy. He's so excited. Refresh this page. Make sure it's actually working. Well, I knew it. Was frozen for a while. Jeez. In case people don't know, I have in total 3 Twitch tabs open. One is our stream, so I can host somebody easier. Hi.
Right. So yeah. Anyway, moving right along. But yeah, basically, why did anyone think this was a good idea? Why did anyone think jumping from the middle of the story and jump all the way to a midpoint was a good idea? Honestly.
I mean, they did a great job with Mass Effect 1 through 3 by you could have started the Mass Effect series with 3 and you would have no problem because it catches you up.
Yeah.
But the entire time I was listening, I started going cross-eyed because I didn't understand any of it. It was like a really shitty fan fiction.
There you go. Well, it gets worse from there. Because, like I said, fast forward to 2 years. Now, for some reason, you're an independent freelancer and you're working with a new cipher called Owen. I actually like Owen. He's kind of an alright kid. Please note, I say kid, even though he's like 20-something. Anyway. And that's it. But then, after you do all that, then you're contacted by a new group of people called the Sentinels. And then you meet up with their spy master and the commander of their forces, and then they tell you a story which then cuts to another cutscene about how the Heart of Rage became the Heart of Rage.
Wow.
Why would you do this? Why start the story in the middle? then jump to basically the end,
Why you
only
do
to go
this?
back to the start. Exactly. Why are you doing all this? Why are you retarded right now? Stop it. Oh, and it gets worse. So apparently there's yet another faction called the Dominion, who are supposedly some sort of conquering empire in the north. I don't know. So to basically kind of like get everyone up to speed, there are three factions in the game, human-wise. There are the freelancers, which are basically like neutral individuals, more or less. You have the Sentinels, which I guess form the forts. I don't know. And then you have the Dominion, generic conquering bad guys. That's, again, was it that hard to kind of like you know? Could we not take 5 seconds out of the main clusterfuck of a mess of a game to explain any of this? Hmm? Again, this is me kind of summarizing everything in like the most understandable way as possible, and it gets worse because you stumble across the bad guy's plot. Literally, there is no rhyme or reason. You're sent by the spy master, and oh, there he is. There's the generic Darth Vader. Go get him. I'm not even joking about that either. So I'm going to mention the bad guy. So the bad guy is called the Monitor. Yes, his name is the Monitor. I don't understand it either. Just
I can think of like multiple things. Either he's a monitor lizard with like a Vegeta scanner thing on his head, or he's a literal sentient computer monitor.
he might as well be, honestly. His whole thing is that we never. He's always in this javelin exosuit with a cape for some reason. Well, I can't really say some reason. All the javelins kind of can have a cape if you want. Because fuck it. But that's it. That's all he is. He's a guy in a suit that has biotic powers. Literally biotic powers. And, like, his whole goal... Like, when you first see him, he's interacting with a smuggler you're supposed to meet with. He's got her down, and one of his men are trying to beat her with the butt of the gun because generic bad guy thing. He immediately walks in, grabs the gun, and says, "That's not how we do business here." You know, stopping his thug from beating her. And then basically says, "Look, I'm willing to pay money, just name your price." And of course, up until that moment, she was basically saying, "Oh, it's not here." And then she immediately backtracks and says, "It's not for sale." And he basically says, "See, progress. We know she has it now." That's smart. That's honestly smart.
That is very clever. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, it's very clever, and then immediately, when you find the relic, he just kills her. And just says, "Unfortunate for you, our negotiations have ended." And that's it. That is the only time you encounter him. For some reason, your freelancer, who's supposed to be so very smart and knows, like, how to deal with villains or whatever, like a veteran pilot, decides it's a good idea to start shooting at the motherfucker and his team, exposing where they are. Yeah. That's so brilliant. He said so sarcastically loud.
Like,
But,
it feels like, you ever have those moments in games with like an NPC that's actually really, really good, and you want them to stick around forever because they're so good, and then the NPC decides, nah, fuck it, I'm out of here, and you're left with like the generic characters who are terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. No, and it gets worse. Apparently, the guy also has... That's it. That's his only line you see him until the very end of the game. And then they just throw out this whole smooth talking, almost Thanos for generic, "Oh, I'm reaching the anthem. I'm going to be a god." Literally, that's his goal. He wants to be god of the anthem so he can to end human suffering because of what the anthem does.
That squat little alien dude from Mass Effect. I'm a biotic god. I think things and they happen. Fear me, mortal. Okay, you're high as fuck. I want some.
Exactly. It's like unfortunately that was never an option in the game.
Oh.
Get high with Volus God. Yeah, man. But no, basically that's it. You don't see him again till later in the game. And the rest of the game is just basically you getting back with your original crew with the objective of finding the MacGuffin before the monitor does. I like to point out that at no point is it revealed what his intention is or why we need to find an ancient set of armor to stop him. I wish I was joking. I really do. Yeah. The intro also the what should have been the intro cutscene basically explains that the monitor was there when the Heart of Rage was made, and the object they used to try and control the anthem is called the cenotaph. And it's still active to this day, and the monitor is looking for shaper relics. By the way, that's what the anthem creator creatures are called, shapers. You know, like a god shapes clay kind of thing.
What the fuck?
What?
That's the name they went with?
Yeah, shaper. I get why they call it like that, you know, very powerful godly being shapes life into being, you know. Like taking clay and turning it into, you know, giving it a human form and then breathing a soul into it, and there's man, you know. I get that. But at the same time, it's just kind of like, could we not call them something else? I would have been happy with Precursor.
Yeah, like Jack and Daxter.
Yeah. But no, we have to go with generic name. Woot. So of course we have that, and basically that's his goal. So he's looking for Shaper relics while you team back up with Harlock, Faye, and Owen. You get back together, and your objective now is to find the ancient armor of the Legion of Dawn, which supposedly was an ancient group of humans who were the ones who first created the javelin armor specifically to fight an evil alien race. Again, that we never see in game or fight.
Wow.
Anthem, you're making me angry. So of course that happens. Apparently, all. By the way, the fort that is your home, Fort Tarsus, is named after the general of the Legion of Dawn, General Tarsus.
I swear I've
Clever.
heard that somewhere else before.
It does sound very familiar, doesn't it? The name, anyways. But yeah, basically, Fort General Tarsus was. Yes, she was a female general. Apparently, I have to stress this nowadays because people are stupid. But yeah, supposedly she led their legion. Then she died, and then the legion disbanded, and they started building the more javelins, and they became more modern, and people blah 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 blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Nobody fucking cares.
None of this information is ever presented in games.
Nor is it even important.
No, actually, they make a big deal about her armor and how there are segments of it that has Shaper relics, and it's the only armor in the universe, apparently, that can go into the Heart of Rage, even though we went into the Heart of Rage a little while ago. So, of course, we have to find it because it can shield us better or some bullshit plot device like that. Credit where it's due, you get way through the game, and it's basically just the rest of the game is you trying to figure out how to make it to work. So that's different. It's not too generic or
So you
similar.
could say that she has plot armor.
I hate you all. No, and here's the funny thing. So Owen supposedly he's a cipher, but he's also training to be a javelin pilot. And javelin pilots are, well, technically a cipher and a javelin pilot have never really been a thing before. And so he's special, but he's never really given a chance to really test his wings. And you do kind of feel sad for the kid, you know? I honestly was like, let's give him a chance, you know, give him some prototype armor and let him fly around and let's teach him. It's clear he wants to be a pilot and he's got the good stuff for it. But he's never given that chance. You're never given the chance to believe in him, really. I mean, the only time he actually wears the armor is when it's when you are coming back with your trying to reunite with the band, basically. And during this time, Owen takes one of the smuggler armors or javelins and tries to use it himself. But because he's inexperienced and hasn't been trained in how to fly it properly, well, he almost dies, and he does freak out. It's clear he's not ready for that kind of thing. And your character, by the way, let me stress this as well. You have no dialogue options whatsoever.
Wow.
You have no option to say to Owen, I believe in you, but you need, it's clear you need to train, or don't worry, your time will come. Nothing of that nature. No. It's just at certain points at random in the game, you will be given the option to say one thing or the other. And that's it. There is no decision making, nothing. Do I want to be a dick? Do I want to be a friend to Faye, or do I want to be a dick friend to Faye? There is no, I want to punch her in the face option.
Oy.
How the mighty have fallen. Literally in this case. So Owen steals the armor because no one's giving him a chance, and he thinks that, just like Gundam pilots, they all think the suit makes the pilot when it's the other way around.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So of course he steals General Tarsus's armor, flies away with it, and intends to give it to the Monitor specifically so they can leave Fort Tarsus alone and stop the Anthem. He actually believes they can stop them. He betrays you, flies away, and disappears from the plot for most of the game. And of course, your friend, the other friend you don't care about, Harlock, I think. Actually, let me find his name because I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Let me see. How do you spell it? I'm just gonna Google this real quick. But yeah, basically, so when your friend, by the way, this is something that in the beginning of the game, the one of your friends has a cane for some reason. So you kind of get the idea. It's like, okay, he got it, busted up from, maybe he got it busted in, what's the word? In some other incident, right? But for some reason he has the cane, and then later in the game when he physically changes, like he gets fatter and kind of more sad because he got, what's the word? He got completely, owned in the Heart of Rage moment. I can't find his name. But basically, when that happens, for some reason, he still has the cane as well on top of all that. And I think that was a modeling error. I think he wasn't supposed to have the cane in his younger form, and it was supposed to get it later. But someone fucked it up, and they said, fuck it, just keep it. Nobody will notice.
That's lazy.
It's hilarious, too. By the way, there are bugs with him, too. Like, he will, for some reason, have two canes spawn in his hand, with one supposed to be on the floor, and the other one just pointed to the sky. So, of course, apparently he can no longer pilot the suits because reasons they never explain. Like, that's the other thing. They never explain what makes a Javelin pilot so special, you know? It's just, it makes it seem like anyone can use the suit. And so they never explain why Harlock, or whatever his name is, can't use the suit anymore. It's weird. So then he goes there, you go back to the tomb, you see Owen, and he comes back. Basically, he's killed just a bunch of Dominion people. Apparently, the monitor saw his power, but realized he isn't a skilled pilot, so tried to kill the kid. So he runs away, and in the process, during the fight, he gets blinded. Like, it's clear based on the scarring and what happened that he took a stray shot or something, and it got his face. Honestly, it's quite sad. But of course, he's pretty much now he has to use the armor, basically. Like, it has optics on it, and somehow he can see through it. So now he's stuck in the armor effectively. He gives you some sort of shield thing. Then you build your version of the armor, and then you go to the Heart of Rage. Then you go after the Monitor, who is using the Cenotaph, and you think, okay, I'm going to fight him standing here in the open. Wait, why is he just standing there anymore? You knock him over, it turns out he's been, like, vaporized. There's no body in the suit anymore. But, surprise twist, he's actually transferred his consciousness to a Shaper Titan. Yeah.
God.
How lazy can you fucking get? You don't even get to kill the fucker in his human form. No, he just poofs himself into a new body, which looks worse than his monitor form, by the way. He's like, okay, now I'm going to be here. Poof, I'm here now. It is so goddamn retarded. And to make matters worse, you don't even kill the fucker. Your quote-unquote friends crash a Strider into him and supposedly kill him with it. You know the Batman movie, the one with Bane in it?
Yeah.
You know the moment he dies, like Selene just blows him away?
Yeah.
Same thing. That's basically what happens in this. And I didn't like it in that movie, and I especially don't like it here.
Like, this is something that I highly recommend game developers not do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same it's like the same way to, like, analyze when you're planning to clean, say, the living room, and then your mom says, hey, clean the living room, and suddenly you don't want to do it anymore. Because it's not something you wanted to do. It's not a reward for you, it's a reward for them. It's not helping you, it's helping them. It's something they want, not what you want anymore. As in, they've claimed something you wanted to do. When it comes to video games, the player is the hero. Like, the player is the main character. The player is, like, the one person in a universe of idiots that is able to save the freaking world, or at the very least, help save the world. But all in all, they feel like accomplishment when they do this. They feel that this is a reward for them. Just the feeling of doing something on their own. And when you have NPCs take the kill from you and, like, beat the boss for you, it doesn't feel the same. It feels like you've been robbed of something.
Yeah. And honestly, the end is just boring because nothing feels like it's changed. Nothing feels new. It just feels like the roommates you didn't want to live with in the beginning. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's so just, it's insulting is what it is. I have, in the entire time I've sat through Anthem and I've analyzed, I've digested the story, because I'm cutting, like, a lot of information out. And it's just a bunch of fluff and just junk, really. But all this time, not once did I feel like I'm exploring or feeling like I'm a part of this massive world. No, it just felt like I'm a goddamn tourist in a mech suit. Nothing felt like it changed.
It feels like you're at Disneyland looking at the movies from a car.
No, it feels more like a Disneyland ride where
That's essentially what I meant. You're looking at the movies from a car.
exactly, and it's just not once in this whole thing that I feel like, yeah, I felt exactly like that. I just couldn't invest myself, and this whole time in the back of my mind, I'm like, I could do so much more with this if I just had pen to paper. Like, do you recall how when I talked about Destiny a while ago, how I mentioned I was doing a rewriting prompt, taking the everything from Destiny. I'm extremely tempted to do the same thing with Anthem, except since there's just one fucking game, just do a one shot and done. That is it. Like that is how little information or little shit there is in this whole thing. I could literally sit down for like a whole hour and I can bang out an entire rework that is better than this goddamn atrocity.
Yeah.
Let me preface this. The levels and the world looks amazing. I will not knock them that. Everything feels appropriately ancient and desolate, but lived in. It's kind of like Monster Hunter World and its map settings.
Yeah.
But unlike that, it's not fun to traverse. You know how the javelins move? They fly?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a heating system in it. So you'll fly for a good while, but then you have to stop, land, wait a few seconds, jump, fly again. I almost want to guarantee this was done specifically to sell fuel mods from
So,
EA.
it's actually kind of amusing you said that because I immediately started thinking of Ark, and then I realized, oh, this is actually a thing in Ark. In the latest expansion of Ark Extinction, we have giant mechs. Spelled M-E-K, by the way, mechs. And they overheat very quickly. So you have to fly, which is pretty much jumping, land, let yourself cool down, fly again, let yourself cool down again, over and over until you get to a place.
Okay, but imagine that, right? Take that, and now multiply it by 20. That is how bad it is. Like the world is just
LT has everything.
okay.
Beautifully made, executed horribly.
Exactly. That's the best way to describe Anthem in a nutshell. All the potential and power of the world. Complete. And I also need to say this: the wildlife of the game is disgusting, and I'm not meaning like it's interesting, disgusting in an interesting way. I mean it's like it's lazy and unimaginative.
I bet.
Let's. All the creatures you will face are like copies of things you will find on Earth. The worst offender, I think I would imagine, is a creature called a grabbit. It is the most ugly and disgusting animal I think I've ever seen. When I saw this, I was actually talking to that weird Asari, right?
Yeah.
And I mentioned to her, we were talking about like the shapers and everything. She says, well, they must have been powerful god creatures, right? And immediately I pointed to the grabbit and said, no god would let something like this live.
I mean, the Oracle let the
No, you'll
Koalas
see what I mean.
live.
You'll see what I mean.
Ugh!
Exactly.
That looks like somebody went into Spore and just grabbed every single part and just slapped it on.
Yeah, it's
Like that is insanely lazy right there.
To quote Hound from Transformers, that is just festering ugliness.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sorry, but you're too disgusting to live.
Killed
No,
him.
they're the no. Like if you remove the head, like its body is fine. Like it's imaginative, it's creative. It's just the head.
The head is where they just slap shit together.
Yeah, like the body obviously is designed to look like a fox/rabbit creature. That's fine. It's the head you have to get rid of completely. Like this thing cannot be allowed to live.
Some of the animals look like the Andromeda wildlife.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's just no. In fact, I'm hold on. Where is it? there's a creature. I think it's called an Ursine. I think, which honestly sounds like something out of Dark Crystal when you really think about it.
Yeah. Definitely sounds like a bear.
Yeah, that's the point. It's designed to look like a bear. Like, let me see if I can find it.
I remember.
No, Ur-6. That's it. Ur-6.
I remember when my brother used to play like StarCraft, Brood War, and all that shit. All those mini games people would make, and one of them was called Bear Run, where you are a Marine having to run down a hall with thousands upon thousands upon thousands of those polar bear-looking things flooding down towards you, and one hit could kill you if they touch you.
Okay, here we go. So, sorry for the blurred image, by the way, but this is an Ur-6.
This is probably gonna be the only critter I show. What
Yeah,
the
fair enough.
fuck?
Exactly. So that's an Ur-6. Now, I want to point something out. This thing moves and acts almost identical to the gorilla-like aliens from Andromeda. Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
Okay, let me find it real quick. Like, just to compare and contrast this. So, what's it called? It's not a fiend. It's I'll just go wildlife. Cause fuck it, I can't be bothered to remember the creature's name. Where are you, you weird fucking thing? Sorry, I'm just the way I said it's like, okay, here we go. Oh no, that's too blurry. Blurry? Yes. Blurry. Okay, here we go. They're called Erox? Erox? I don't know how to pronounce this. But they act and they're almost identical, both behavior and creature design, to this. It's just one is a higher like model quality than the other.
What the fuck?
Yep. Wildlife from Andromeda, almost identical to the thing from this Ur-6 from Anthem. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if it had the same instant death too. Yeah, but like I said, the wildlife is it's nasty, and not in the good way. In the why did you design this creature to look lazy way? And there's no like I said, with Anthem specifically, like their excuse for like the fantastical monsters, I suppose, is since the Anthem creates life out of nothing, let's not give any logical explanation to why something like this would exist, or let's have gigantic stone behemoths walking around the place, and that's fine, that's fair. It's just at the same time, if you're going to create creatures that are fantastical design and evoke the idea that some godly beings are trying to create life in general, why not just stick with the design and just make all these creatures look bizarre, to say the least? Oh, good. Excellent. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just, it reeks of laziness and creature design. And I hate when that happens. I hate it when someone makes their own sci-fi or fantasy universe and then just fails spectacularly to make something out of it.
And they fall short with the wildlife, like all the tiny.
Exactly, and it irks the ever-loving hell out of me. Oh, hold up. So yeah, remember how LT mentioned? You know how me and LT talked about the poll, right? Specifically about the models. Well, sure enough, Paul has delivered, and he has just ripped Nora's model from the game.
Oh god.
So we're rough. It's very sketch. So yeah, expect what's the word? Expect it to look like jank. So stand by. Now we know what her face looks like. And
Oh,
what is-
that's sad. I'm sad now. I didn't want to know what she. I didn't want to know what she looks like. This is why I love radio.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh,
I
but at
really
least
like
now
the idea of Nora and actually having like a radio in her ships, because it gets boring and also kind of surprisingly stressful to hear the same music over and over again.
Fair enough. Well, odds are good that this moment changed, though. Probably. But no. So, yeah, I actually like what's going on here. Yeah, she could be Corpus. You might have been right. Oh well. Moving right along, back to Anthem. Yeah, but like I said, the wildlife is incredibly great. And of course, I have to mention another. What's the word? Another. Oh god, what's the word I'm looking for here? Another enemy faction that's brought into the game. They're called the Scar. All right. And
Okay.
yeah, I'm just gonna show you, and you tell me what the first thing comes to.
Praying mantis. Krogan.
Praying mantis crow. Okay,
I'm looking at
that's
the comments.
first.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, basically, the Scar are, and yeah, get ready for this. There's supposed to be a colony of insects that will mimic the dominant predator creature of the world.
Hmm.
Do you know how we found this out? By going to the Wikipedia. It's nowhere mentioned in the game. They might as well be human enemies. But yeah, that's the Scar. Disappointing, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah. Hard to imagine. Like, this is the Scar, your enemy. Looks like people. But they're not. They're bugs. You just have to use your... Fucker, don't try this.
Just
But,
get a can of Raid. Squirt. They're done.
they lose their form and die.
Pretty much.
I want to see that now. I want to see someone with a can of Raid versus the Scar. Just... but no. Actually, that weird Asari did mention the... when we talked about that, she said, oh, so they're like the creatures from Halo, hunters, but bugs. And she's not wrong. But yeah, that's so lazy, just saying, no, this is what this creature is. It's like, no. That's very lazy.
Motherfucker, no. No.
Like, the only times I think imagination for a game can work is if they can't make something, but they mention it in writing somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if everything else is, like, extremely detailed, but they can't squeeze this one race or something like that and mention it just in the codex, in-game codex, by the way, that's fine, you know? It's like, you've done enough, but we can let our minds run with it for now. But, no, it's just... it frustrates me. Everything about Anthem frustrates. Not only that, but so let's get into the technical problems, right?
Oh boy, here we go.
Anthem, okay, it has bugs first and foremost. Quiet Shallow already covered this in her, in her quote unquote. Oh god, I'm trying to think about in her video, right? And it was just disgusting. It was just glitches out the ass everywhere. Like she flew into the air, had to land for a few seconds, right? Just onto the ground. And she got stuck in the rocks and couldn't go anywhere. And then because she's mute, she can't really talk. She talks through text to speech, right? But when she was talking, when she was playing with her friends on stream, one of them said, "Did Shy break the game already?" And she had to text out, "No, I didn't. I just literally loaded." That is, and that's how poorly made it began. So the next thing we've got is this game is about loot, right? So you're going into the game with the objective of, just like with Warframe, loot and shoot, right?
Yeah, treasure hunting.
Exactly. So what do you think the weapons would look like, right? You know, all the guns should be lootable, so they all have a unique look line to it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to show you.
Oh no.
No, just look at all the guns there and tell me if you see anything that looks the same.
What the hell?
Yep. They are
Those
all...
two are the same.
Uh-huh.
Those two are somewhat the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pretty much all the same. It's a cookie cutter.
Exactly. All the guns are the same, except for the skin they're given, slight changes, but overall it's all the same gun. Now compare that, 1 second, just to really rub salt in the wound. Let's compare that to... let's compare that to... here's an idea. Some of Mass Effect's guns for just a brief second. So tell me, in this little like thing, are any of these guns similar to each other? You know, are they all just copy pasted, or are they actually given some care and design?
I mean, two of them do look the same, but I think that's just because like upgrades and modification, all that shit. But otherwise, no, not a single one.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And this is a game that wasn't even looter shooter.
Yeah, it actually had a fucking story.
Yeah, and all the guns were built to look different from each other, even function differently. What am I looking? Oh, it fires 2% more rounds than the previous one. Whoop-de-fucking-do. In fact, even Quiet Shallow hit another glitch with the guns, where the stats 0% chance of 0% reloading time. Wow, that's so amazing.
Woohoo!
No, everything was 0 across the board too, which was hilarious. And of course, so you would think a normal system would be you get to load into the game and then you get to use the gun, pick and choose the gun you want to equip at any given time, like a normal person.
Yeah.
No, you have to load back to the hub world, go into your menus, select the new weapon you want to use, load out of the hub world, and then fly all the way back to the place you were before.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and if at any point the game crashes, the progress isn't saved. So you would have to do all that all over again from start.
Wow.
Isn't this amazing? Anthem's a perfect fucking game. There's nothing wrong with it.
No bugs whatsoever.
It's all fucking features. No, and to make matters worse, the load times are also atrocious. Like, compared to Warframe, for example, right?
Yeah.
That from your orbiter to selecting a mission to going to the mission, that's like 20 seconds, right? Not even that. For Anthem, you have to walk all over the hub world, select a mission, go Javelin, watch the animation of it activating, watch the animation of you climbing in, wait 2 minutes for the game to load and then go into the open world. 2 minute load time. I want to punch someone. I want to punch whoever thought this was a good idea in the throat.
You know what's funny?
What?
Liam has like the shittiest computer, and even he still loads faster than that.
Oh god! You don't want to hear something that's like just hilarious. The guy. Okay, you know the guy Neil Blomkamp, the guy who made District 9, the director, I should say.
No, but okay.
Well, he has his own YouTube channel here where he makes his own indie movies, and they're all pretty good actually. You know, he got Sigourney Weaver to star in one of his mini, which was kind of, and she still brings her A game, by the way.
Oh yeah.
That one, she still has some acting chops on her. But he makes all these very short movies which are live action, spliced in with as much as he can try to make it as realistic CGI. I mean, personally, I think he should go practical. But you know, if he wants to do CGI and make it look as realistic as humanly possible, he has the right to do that. Actually, this is the only instance where I'll say his CGI work is better than a practical effect. This is the only time I'm ever going to say that.
Then again, there are those like moments in movies where it looks like it's CGI, but it's real.
Yeah.
And those are really good.
His thing is called Oats Studio. Oats Studio. So, like I said, they're all a bunch of like small, self-contained indie stories with just really fucking weird stuff. Very interesting too. Like we're getting a look into the demented mind of Neil Blomkamp. And what he uses is one of the programs Unity Engine. Like a lot of Unity Engine stuff, and the way he can make things look so realistic and look so amazing is nothing short of spectacular, if you ask me. But he actually got contracted. Well, I say contract. I think EA or BioWare came to him, one or the other, and they asked him to make a trailer for Anthem in the style of his movies. And his trailer alone has heart and soul and actual story in it than the whole fucking game. You know you fucked up when a man who isn't even a game developer or director manages to do a better story than you. I'm disappointed with everything in the world right now.
Son, I am disappointed.
I just want to sit down for a moment. What went wrong in the world? Like, in fact, here I'm just going to show you.
A lot of things.
But this is just a screenshot of his movie, the trailer for Anthem he made. Look at that. Like, just look at the care and everything he put into making that thing.
It looks like it's real.
Exactly. That's the weird thing about his movies. Everything he makes is so close to real, and it's scary. That's why I'm like, this is the only time I'll ever say his CGI is better than practical effects when he can do it. But it's just everything right now just sucks about Anthem, and I don't see this game as being as surviving. I really can't see it. I think after a few months of not even a month, maybe not even months, maybe just a few months, not even a year or anything. This game is just going to die off the face of the earth. No one's going to come back and play it. Like I said that before with like Destiny 1 and 2, but they still have a dedicated fan base, and you know, Bungie is trying to make those games interesting. But Anthem, I really can't see it, you know, being around anymore. I honestly think after a while, Anthem's just gonna peter off. It maybe will get 2 more DLC, maybe 1 expansion, anything of that nature. But then after that, poof, it's gone. Just like with Andromeda. We're just gonna see a few more things and then it's gone. Nothing else.
Oh,
And
I
it's
want to
sad.
say it had a good run, but it really didn't.
No, it didn't. This game feels like it was, which is ironic for a 4-year game or a 4-year developed game. I'm willing to believe that it wasn't even developed for 4 years. It was just they wasted time and money 3 years, and then 1 year went by and they put it all together. That honestly, that's the most generous thing I could possibly ever fucking say about it. Hilarious, but sad.
Yep.
All right, let's move away from this before I start destroying my house in frustration.
Surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
Well, let's get into, and now we need to go into the realm of reality and the bullshit that comes with it.
Oh, goody.
So basically, everyone knows the I want to call it the movie aggregate that is Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yep.
Nobody takes it seriously. Nobody
Nope.
should take it seriously. It is just a place where people who are completely out of touch with time, i.e., critics, go there, puff up their chest, say, look, I didn't waste my life on a career that will barely pay my bills at my expensive apartment. No. You see, I'm changing the world. That's basically what it is. No one who has any brain will use Rotten Tomatoes, except maybe watching the fan side, you know?
Definitely.
Like, yeah, when the audience scores something, that's when people never, as far as I've decided and as far as people should be concerned with, never listen to Rotten Tomatoes critic scores. Because all that, they're just bought off and they're paid off and yada. So don't bother. Just listen, and I say this with like a caveat, cautiously listen to the audience scores and decide for yourself. That's all I can ever say. At least when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes. So basically what's happened is that Rotten Tomatoes has decided, because the Captain Marvel backlash, specifically because the main actress just can't shut the fuck up and continues to be an idiot on social media, that Rotten Tomatoes has decided to has decided to remove their "I want to see it" or I want to see this movie when it comes out option. That's what's happened. Before, people could vote on the movies they want to watch. So, it's like a number that will go up. The audience score that wants to go watch is like up to 85 or 95, that kind of thing. It's very hyped up. But that changes based on how the audience perceives the movie. So if they're hearing horrible things about either the director, the actors, or anything of that nature, they'll leave. They'll say, "I don't want to watch this movie," and that drops the score down. And then people kind of gauge it for themselves from there, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, a lot of people began, again, because Brie Larson can't help but open her stupid mouth, kick the hornet's nest. She decided to, people just started saying it because the main actress has basically said she my money, so why bother? And so, as any normal human being would assume, because of this, people will be just walking away, leaving the movie. So Rotten Tomatoes has decided to instead remove this feature, and now you can't say, "I don't want to watch this anymore." Your only option is, I want to go see this movie. There is no I don't want to see this or I can't get away from seeing it. Once you submit it, it's submitted. That is what
Boo.
disgusts me and everyone. No one is happy about this, and there's now speculation that Disney actually pressured Rotten Tomatoes, which, to be fair, they don't really need a lot of pressuring. These dumbasses will. What's the word? These dumbasses will tote the company, especially when.
I mean, it's a very, very rich company.
Yeah, then they'll tote the line if they're told to tote. But to be fair, Rotten Tomatoes has no self-respect. They'll bow down to anyone who basically shows them. So before whenever a movie isn't available, there was the rating system, which was like the not interested and want to see options, with a comment option now available. They've long since removed this option, removed the comments section, and removed the not interested part. Now there is only want to see. And that is telling. People are waking up to the fact that Rotten Tomatoes and places like this don't have power. It's the people who have the power. And they're rushing to it. They want to. They're rushing train of thought before it becomes a major issue, and that's what they're scared of. They don't want people thinking for themselves. They don't want anyone to, basically stand and say, "Hey, we don't need to listen to these morons." No, they want that to continue because if the people are happy, they get money and they keep doing whatever the fuck they want. It's basically what's happening. And like I said, and unfortunately, as much as it brought the storm on herself because, like I said, shut up, and she alienated the fan group. Now, you want to hear something absolutely disgusting, and I think this is going to really piss you off.
Oh boy.
Basically,
Somebody's screaming in the background.
Yeah, it's my dumbass of a sister. She can't, like Brie Larson, she doesn't know when to shut up either. Oh, I went there.
Ooh.
but anyway, so there was like with any company or any do promotional stuff, or they'll like run little contests to get people to come to the movie early, right?
Yeah.
Well, Brie Larson and the people behind good idea to host a similar competition in which they get the following poor, impoverished girls who are probably starving and don't have any good clothing to come see the movie. But they still have to pay full price for it.
What the fuck?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Now, let me see if I can find it. It was either contest or charity. I say charity in like the biggest air fucking quotes. Ugh. Let's see if I can find it. No, I can't find it, but it was a thing. So people are angry with it, and a lot of people are rightfully so not excited about that. Now, let's jump over to another movie, Alita Battle Angel. Guess what the movie's great. People love it. It deserves the love, honestly, speaking from experience. But guess what the movie directors did?
What?
Instead of this whole Captain Marvel thing where impoverished people to come watch our movie, but they still. The directors have actually gone out of their way to buy fully actual augmented limbs for a kid who doesn't have any. They actually brought the profits from their movie just to pay for them.
That's good.
That is, in fact, let me see if I can find it. Bionic Let's see. Yeah, here it is. They flat out gave bionic limbs to a girl with bionic arms to a girl who didn't have any. Her name is Tilly Lockie, and they kept their promise. They actually gave her those arms.
Good.
That is how you do things.
Hell yeah. It's like it's like Robert Downey Jr. helping a kid put on a prosthetic that looks like Iron Man's arm.
Yeah.
And like the best part is it's a 3D printed arm and it looks amazing.
And the fact that these guys actually went out of their way, did this, and acted and everything, just is nothing short of amazing. People will be cynical. They'll say, "Oh, it doesn't matter if that's the case." They kept their promise. They gave this to this girl, and they give her a chance to live a normal life. What is Captain Marvel doing? Are they actually giving these kids an opportunity to live a better life somewhere? Give money from the movie? If it's anything like that to these ticket price for the
You got
goddamn.
Marvel, you need to be a bit more like Iron Man.
It's disgusting, is what it is, and it's ironic, really. Marvel's supposed to be this whole people can be heroes and yada yada yada, and yet an anime about cyborgs fighting other cyborgs and living in poverty and all that shit is actually fucking super. This is what makes me both lose faith and regain faith
In a matter of seconds.
Exactly. It's like that meme. Fuck this.
What?
It's a joke. Where it's
No, we didn't hear it. What did you say?
Oh, sorry. I said it's like that meme that goes, "Fuck this gay Earth and the 3 billion."
Oh, that one.
Yeah, with the Universal Studios thing going on. But yeah, like I said. So all this alone, the Rotten Tomatoes, Brie Larson's shitty attitude, and this whole the Captain Marvel experience for little girls or whatever it's called, I can honestly say, fuck it. This alone has what's put me off of watching anything from Marvel. Actual cinemas. I'm still gonna pirate the fuck out of these movies. Cause they ain't getting my fucking hard-earned cash. Like I said, I am a staunch believer of don't give money to shitty people. Ever.
But hey, now people really, really understand why I don't like superhero movies.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Honestly, fuck heroes. Like the tight-wearing type, I mean. Do what's right. Again, if I can find that meme once more, fuck this gay Earth and the 3 billion people on it.
I mean, the only hero I like is Ghost Rider.
And even then, he's... Sorry, and even that's a stretch. He's just a guy doing a fucking job. For hell.
Like, what's better is that he's Nick Cage.
Oh, actually, that reminds me of something stupid I said. You remember... and this is... I want to make this...
You're cutting out. I can't understand you.
Oh, sorry. I said, I want to make this part of our drug compendium. So we've got Kojima and his coke pool.
Oh,
and DE and their weed closet. I want to put this out there now. Nicolas Cage and his maple syrup addiction.
Maple syrup? What?
Yes. Because, well, it's too obvious. It's clear that he does all the drugs in the world, and But the moment he takes maple syrup, he's bouncing off the walls like an idiot.
Oh, he's a sugar addict.
Yes. He purposely goes to the set with a little bottle of maple syrup in hand. And before the shoot starts, he just takes the biggest fucking whiff out of that little container. And he's already just hopping up the walls like, woo, let's make a movie. Come on, let's go. I don't care what I'm doing. Let's go. It's the only way he can get his crazy look on.
I remember, I don't know what TV show it is, but like at one point the class had to do a study of Nicolas Cage, good actor or bad actor. And there's one kid that like has a very high IQ, and the professor warns him to be very careful with this one and not to think about it too much. Like he disappears for 2 weeks, shows up, and he's got like a very large packet about this report, and the teacher like kind of does the Jurassic World thing. He goes, "Okay, everybody, no sudden noises and no sudden movements. He needs to acclimate to this environment. He's been through a lot." And then the guy starts his report, and like within the span of 1 minute, he starts acting like Nicolas Cage through every single one of his performances in a movie.
Oh Jesus! How did it burn?
Like somehow he gets these quotes and reenactments to work in his report. Because I remember at one point he was actually crawling on one of the desks, just screaming like a banshee.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's add Nicolas Cage snort syrup.
Nicolas Cage and his sugar.
Exactly. Nicolas Cage, the sugar addict. He has an entire room but sugar. Like it isn't even candy or anything, it's literal bags full of sugar.
You know what's funny is that you know that really raunchy Muppet movie that came out? Happy Time Murders?
Yeah.
So apparently there's this big drug in it called sugar sticks. It is pretty much pixie sticks.
Yeah,
but it looks like cocaine.
Yeah, I remember the trailers for when the movie was coming out, and they were doing these whole like anti-sugar PSAs. Like
I've warned my mom not to see it. She went and saw it, and she loves it, and that I have lost all faith.
No, but I think my favorite one was the whole, this is your brain. This is your brain on sugar sticks.
And he's like co-hosting it with a guy who takes sugar sticks on a daily basis.
And he's like, "Yeah, I have a question. Why would
you fry your own brain?"
And he's like, "No, you're missing the point."
It just goes on and on and on.
No, and then he leaves, and then he's like, "But." It was so funny. And anyway, but yeah. So in to wrap this up, basically, fuck Brie Larson. Go watch Alita Battle Angel.
Hell yeah! Even Lycan went to go see it.
Yeah, because these people actually give a shit. Unlike Brie Larson, who is just doing this for another paycheck. And because she's a stupid blonde cunt.
Okay.
So, I wanna edit, like, just make an animation out of the super angry Rev. The moment I come to that word, my head just inflates slightly.
like the Gmod idiot box thing.
Exactly. Just
that's bullshit.
Anyway, moving on. All right, so moving into THQ. So, do you know the company?
No, I was so confused when I saw that.
THQ Nordic is a subsidiary, or the last survivors of THQ proper. And THQ used to be a game developer, which they used to make very popular games, but they filed for bankruptcy. But the Nordic branch survived and became THQ Nordic. and they are responsible for the Darksider series.
Oh, they made Lucky's Tale.
Yeah, the SpongeBob games too, and Time Splitters.
That's where I
Or part
remember
of
them.
Time Splitter. Yeah, but as you can imagine, so they have a lot of popularity. People, because they're still part of that. I want to say early 2000s gaming industry, when games were actually sold and were complete, and a game survived on its own merits. Yeah. So recently they announced that they would be hosting an MAA. Is that how you say it?
Mm,
I don't know what that means.
me neither.
But basically, they would be hosting. I guess it's like and they decided to host it on 8chan. I'm sure nobody here knows what 8chan is.
Barely.
Okay, so there's 4chan, which we know is a place where people are just dicks to each other, and they can engage in gay operations, i.e., he will not divide us, capture the flag operations. If you've never heard of that, please look it up on YouTube. You will get a laugh out of it.
Oh, they may destroy all humans.
Yeah.
It gives you a pretty good idea of what they're like. If the games they've made are like Destroy All Humans, SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, they've got a sense of humor, would be the best way to describe them. With quasi-adult features, I suppose. Anyway, so 8chan is notorious because it's more risque. Not even adult-oriented. It's more like predatory things going on.
Ugh.
Yeah. And so someone thought it would be a good the community, the AMA on 8chan. And the world just basically went, why would you do this? I don't personally see this as a bad thing, and I'll explain in a second. I think they did this on purpose just to be hip with the kids and kind of prove that they're still the good company you should trust. It's just I think they messed up. I think they intended to go to 4chan, but when they looked up the Chan stuff, they got 8chan instead and made an honest mistake. And based on the response, it seems to be the case.
Oh god, they made Saints Row.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying I don't think this was partially done on purpose as a form of edgy comedy and or humor. Like I said, I don't know where I stand on all this. Because I don't think it's that bad that they hosted the MAA, specifically because it was just like anything else. Like what was it? When the guy asked, hey, someone obviously made a crass joke with like an anime picture saying, where the big titty lollies at? And then the community manager responded, clearly in your hands based on the image. So I think they were in on the joke, or they know internet culture. And this was more like edgy internet culture. You know? But like I said, I don't see this, or I don't think this should be reprimanded, or really, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I mean, the website, yes, there's something wrong with it, obviously, but you know what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah.
The company itself, I don't think had any. I think they were just trying to do something edgy for the sake of being edgy, and it fired in their faces because they picked the wrong edgy platform to be on. It's kind of like, it's kind of like if you work with kids and you think it's a cartoon bear and not know what pedo bear is.
Ugh, no.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like if you work with kids and you're trying to like do something fun for the kids, like some silly event or something completely innocent, and you decide to dress up as a cartoon bear, but you don't know what pedo bear is. The rest of the world will see you as the guy who tried to be a pedo bear in real life.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. And that's what this whole event seems to be like. It's just a case of someone messed up somewhere. The intent was to be edgy, but they went too far, and someone messed up somewhere.
It's almost as bad as, like, this is just for my case, having a nephew who absolutely loves bears, but the only Minecraft skins out there are pedo bear. So, like, it took me a little bit to realize that my nephew's Minecraft skin that I actually still have saved is pedo bear. And I am horrified, because there's also, like, a whole bunch of artwork that was drawn for him, like, in memory.
Oh, no.
And they're adorable artwork. It's just, it took me a second to realize, oh no, this is bad.
Well, as long as, but that's the thing.
What?
And you were trying, it's completely innocent, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, the intent is innocent. Or, oh yeah, and LT brings up a good point. Or calling Pepe a Grinch with a ski mask.
Oh, God.
And that was the thing. That was the thing. When 4chan was trying to get understood by the mainstream media, they tried to demonize 4chan and assumed that it was a single user. And they said, we don't have an image of the user. However, he does use this icon, and brings up Pepe in the ski mask and says, it is clear that this man is, based on the icon, it is clearly the Grinch in a ski mask. And the rest of the world just looked at him like, the fuck. In fact, let me see if I can find. Yeah, it was the Grinch in a ski mask holding, and it was just Pepe. I love it when these idiots basically try to understand the internet, but they just fail at understanding the internet.
Hello, fellow teens. Friends.
Exactly. Jesus. The hacker formerly known as 4chan. Anyway, but basically, this whole 8chan thing, like I said, I truly believe was just a mistake on someone's behalf, but it was intended to be like I said, an attempt at edgy humor that went completely backfired. All right. Yes, it was that funny. All right, we've got two more, so I think we should take a quick break and then come back.
Yeah.
All right, so we will be back in a few minutes, so stay tuned, and we'll finish up this report.
All right, everybody. As he said, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play the intro music on repeat. If you don't want to listen to this, it's fine. Just tap away and we'll be back soon. Just, we both need a break from this insanity. See you guys in a bit. I'm just going to end that real quick. And go back to intro. Hide that away for a bit. If you hear any crunching or weird noises, because I'm eating a bowl of cereal and some chips. Hello.
And we're back.
I have a bowl of cereal and some chips, so I might mute myself for a lot of this
That's fine. I have nothing.
now.
For I own nothing. Except this cheeseburger. And even then, it is nothing.
So last night I completely forgot what Baby Bell cheese was.
The existence I live is a sad one. Sorry, I had to say it. All right, let's move right along into the next topic. And that is, if this thing loads, PETA.
Fuck PETA.
Did I mention I was in a good mood a moment ago?
Yep.
Not anymore. So, this is a bit of a, I believe it's old news. Let me check, just to be sure.
It's technically old news. It happened like earlier in the week.
Okay, 3 days ago. Or 5, technically. Yeah, I just had to type in PETA attacks Steve to find this. I'm not picturing them just attacking.
Oh, the internet went crazy.
Hmm?
The internet just went crazy.
No, I'm just picturing PETA attacking some random guy called Steve.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck did I do?
Steve!
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, I was just, all I had was a fucking muffin. But yeah, basically, Steve Irwin, great guy, died not too long ago, and his birthday was...
Not too long ago. Dude! It was quite a while ago.
I mean, I got my words mixed up. I meant to say his birthday wasn't too long ago, but he died a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember the day he died, and my father and I, we were sitting there, and my dad was completely destroyed because he started my father's started his own animal activism because Steve Irwin inspired him to do so. To this day, you will still find him fighting to protect our island and keep it as nature intended.
Yeah.
But he's not a hippie about it. He's more like, look, I understand the modern day needs to happen, but there's no reason to destroy everything. So it's more like that. His biggest fight or his biggest issue with people coming to the island is they ride jet skis in places they're not supposed to, and it just destroys everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so basically, his death destroyed my father completely, but he still pushed on and kept going. So this topic is kind of close to my heart as well. So when PETA decides it's a good idea to... In fact, let me see if I can find that fucking tweet. Just so we can put it on screen and basically attack the fuck out of PETA. Here we are. So PETA says, in fact, I'll share it with you as well. Just so we can put it up and laugh at how stupid PETA is. Because fuck PETA.
So it's kind of funny. You talk about how your dad defends the island, your island. There was a book I read during the end of high school called Flush.
Oh, I know that book.
I actually really love that book. But for those of you who don't know, it centralizes around a kid, well, two kids really, whose dad is so fiercely protective of like the Florida wildlife that he beat the shit out of somebody with their own gun and then waited for the cops to arrive to arrest him, only for him to be arrested. But he also like lit a rich guy's boat on fire just because he was polluting the water. Anyway.
Hold on. Audio broke. Audio.
Oh, sometimes when I eat, my microphone starts popping.
Oh no, it was an audio fuck up on my end. It went mental, and it cut you off completely. So yeah, let's read this fucking tweet, right? So PETA says the following: Steve Irwin was. Oh, sorry, I had to reload something. Just put it here. Steve Irwin was killed while harassing a ray. He dangled his baby while feeding a crocodile and wrestled wild animals who were minding their own business. Today's hashtag Google Doodle sends a dangerous, fawning message. Wild animals are entitled to be left alone in their natural habitat, says the animal killing group.
In case people have been living under a rock for the past few years, PETA has a long, gory, messy track record with animals. They are not people to save animals. They are people to kill them. All they care about is money and exploit. And the more and more we acknowledge that they exist, the more and more profit they make, surprisingly. Like, the stronger they get. But at the same time, if we ignore them, they're just going to go wild. They have a history
So it's become a balancing act where PETA must be... Now, honestly, people have been demanding for years that PETA be demolished because it's so cruel and it's so evil. In fact, there was even a point where PETA basically lured a girl's chihuahua away and then euthanized it. And PETA was forced to pay the family like quite a substantial fee.
That right there is what I was about to say. A part of their track record, they stole dogs from people's own porches and their lawns, butchered the animal, and then they were forced to pay the fines for what they had done because they had essentially stolen animals from somebody. Everything about them is not about saving an animal. Well, they think they're trying to save an animal, but to do so, they hurt the animal or even kill it to make a point. And no, honestly, it's not helping. No. In fact, it makes them worse.
PETA is an abusive and almost tyrannical group that hates the idea of pets. They believe all animals should be let out in the wild, regardless of whether or not the animal is suited to be in the wild. And then, yeah, and as you can imagine, people are livid. So when PETA opened their big, stupid mouths and decided to do this, obviously, the internet went absolutely mental. And the internet attacked PETA. And a lot of people actually believe this would be the end of PETA. Like, enough people had finally crossed the one line nobody should. Because let's be fair, Steve Irwin really did more for animal conservation, to protect the environment and keep animals intact than PETA has ever done, really. And as you can
again, in the show, they say 5 times in the span of 2 minutes that they are not hurting the animal. They are not harassing the animal. They are trying to save the animal. And pretty much they are.
Yeah. In fact, again, to go to my father for a second, even Dad learned a lot of Steve's actions, how he handled big gators, other creatures of that nature. And my father owned an exotic pet shop. And so I can honestly say a lot of what Steve showed, how to handle the animal and how to keep it calm, really did come in handy for him. I still remember to this day the pet Burmese python we had and how heavy that fucker was. Yeah. Or even when we had Furia, that incredibly aggressive gator who just hated everything and everyone. like she was a wild rescue too, and she had a pretty busted up snout. And my dad was taking care of her, trying to get her healed up so he could re-release her into the wild. She hated everyone and would actively try to go at us or even goad us into the tank. Like, how do I put it? It's like, you know how there are some people who had like that sinister look to them and are like plotting something behind your back? That was her at every turn. I swear, she was plotting to destroy us all, kind of gator. I mean, yeah, we released her, of course, but we were kind of like at the back of our minds, we're like, this thing one day. What have we done? No, I'm kidding. Oh, I love this. I love this. Hold on. So, of course, people began to meme the ever-loving hell out of PETA, including talks about bringing out the Crusades again.
So, my favorite my favorite thing about PETA is like how stupid they are. Oh yeah. When Jurassic World came out, PETA made a tweet about the shark. The CGI shark. And then everybody went sarcastic bullshit with them, and it was glorious. It's like, oh wow, I am so glad that shark is dead and can't harm the dinosaurs.
PETA, you are a joke. And you know what else is disgusting about PETA? They released their own Pokemon game.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
In violation of Nintendo's what's the word, trademarks, and did everything in their power to make sure these games were like out in public, specifically to hurt Nintendo's brands and everything. And the shit they put in this Flash game is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mock. No, you want to know what's worse? They purposely put in the game. You know how in adventure games, you'll walk a certain distance and maybe you'll find a chest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? In that, they do the same thing, except when you open the chest, and it's one of their. It plays a sad gorilla video about one of how, oh, the world's so horrible because we're killing animals. That's exactly what it was.
What the?
Not only are you trying to make people who play Pokemon feel terrible, you're also guilt tripping them into supporting your bullshit.
You're also guilt tripping them for actually having fun
and curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's like, if you've ever seen this game, it is okay. Here. Like, this is the cover for their. I by the way, I love the fact that they emblazon their logo on the top of all that. Like, it's hilarious.
What the fuck?
Pokemon Black and Blue. Gotta free them all. By
okay,
PETA.
I'm gonna point this out to people. Don't go looking for this game. You're just gonna make them stronger.
Yeah, don't. In fact, I think that game was taken out to begin with.
Good.
Like, it only exists in like hack form, where people just kind of keep it around. Yeah,
it only exists in like nightmarish memory and as a joke.
Yeah, and exactly, and that's kind of the point of the PETA game. Really, nobody really cares about it, and like they went above and beyond to make all the characters from Pokemon these insane, cruel-looking motherfuckers. They even made Ash into some kind of a joke. No, you want to hear what's actually funny? What's the word? It basically, the game has attack functions too, right? But some of the attacks is giving them humanitarian pamphlets or things of that nature that PETA supposedly does. Guess what? Does jack and shit. Guess how you actually win? By using the attacks the Pokemon know how to do, like Pikachu and Thunderbolt. That's
oh god.
Go ahead. Like
Detective
I am.
Pikachu is coming out soon.
Oh, jeez. But I can honestly, like, in the back of my mind, my immediate this had to be done on purpose. Someone had to say, screw PETA and do this, Actually give them a method of fighting back. So the fact that they do this on a dead man's birthday does not surprise me. It's just so much anger towards PETA and just all the shit they do. You know what? Shouldn't someone actually like sue the organization? Like actually say, you violated this, this, and this by now. One can only hope. Like honestly, one can only hope. Actually, funnily enough, yeah, I saw that. The bit where Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu. I'm going to be completely honest. The live action Pokemon movie looks good. I still have my misgivings about it.
I think I think we need to wait to either see it or
exactly.
Yeah, wait to see it.
That's my point.
Like hold your opinion until you've seen it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like the trailers have interest. It's just I need to suppress the part of my brain that says this looks so weird. Seeing Pokemon with a cartoonish aesthetic brought to reality, but still with a cartoonish aesthetic. I need to keep that part of my brain just shut off. And if it's good, I'll say, yeah, I can look past this and live a good life. If not, I'll blame the live action effects. But yeah, no. I honestly hope that the movie does have a PETA in it that just gets destroyed by something. Like I really hope that's a thing. And if not, I'll make it a thing. Anyway, moving right along to our final topic of the night. Once again, it's the running joke of our series that just keeps on giving.
It just won't stay dead. It won't die.
like the zombie that is Skyrim, it refuses to die.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. And that is Fallout 76.
Whoa.
People, by the way, since we're on the topic, apparently in parts of Europe, the game is being given absolutely free with a used controller. Yeah.
Wow.
Buy a used controller, get Fallout 76.
Huh.
Go figure. Like I'm in shock. Honestly, I'm in shock. But yeah, basically, Fallout 76 has a pathetic player base at this moment. Like we're talking about less than 1,000 probably at this point. And one of the players, supposedly, was banned off of Fallout 76 because he spent 900 hours in game, and they think he was cheating because for some reason he had too much ammo. Mm-hmm. It's almost as if you play more of a game, you'll get more resources.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird, isn't it? No, basically, they're claiming that this guy cheated and banned him because he was cheating in items and ammo and special type of ammo that was too much in one sitting. It's like, motherfucker. And the guy has admitted he has transferred ammo to his main account. But that's as far as he goes to admit it. In this instance, I can't side with Bethesda. Because let's face it, let's be fair, nobody plays this game seriously anymore.
Nope.
No one should. It's just a joke to this day and back. And no one plays this game to be serious. Everyone who plays it is likely You know what I mean? It's likely that this game is just going to be infested with cheaters. Bethesda's just going to give up on it. And the more they fight it and the more they ban people and try to make Fallout 76 something that it isn't, the more they're going to lose in the long run. And that's an unfortunate truth they have to learn. And even their good graces with the fan base is basically spent. At this time, no one is interested, or as far as I heard, no one is looking forward to the next Elder Scrolls game. There were reports of a Fallout 3 remake having been leaked, but that's more than likely PR spin to make the fans stay with Bethesda. And yeah, that's it. No one cares anymore about Bethesda. Ironically, if if Bethesda didn't have Doom, the company would be going under by now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Again, I don't give the company long. Doom is their only saving grace at this point, with everything else having basically been destroyed, ironically by Pete Hines um, and the company itself not wanting to make something new and treating their fan base with respect. And honestly, they don't have anyone else to blame but themselves. They treated the fans like shit. They expected to slap them in the face and make them think they'll stick around. And look what has happened. People are leaving. Bethesda is in trouble. The company is likely facing bankruptcy, and the lawsuits are coming in heavier and heavier, as far as I heard. There is no saving this company at this point. And this whole ban situation only makes the problems more expedited. Like I said, it's very likely the guy was cheating. And there's no. I personally believe he might have been cheating. This isn't me defending Bethesda. This isn't me doing shit like that. No. This is me looking at the evidence that was presented and basically saying, yeah, I think he was cheating. But I think he was in the right to cheat. Like, honestly, have you seen the drop rate for like ammo and shit of that nature?
Nope.
It is pitiful. Like, you remember how more LT and I, we were all talking about how the wolf is supposed to drop components for his hammer?
Yeah.
And instead we were just getting more and more fucking molten impact?
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is with Fallout, except you're getting maybe 3 to 4 bullets per corpse. And you're wasting that much ammo against the enemy. So if a guy has to actually enter console commands and cheat to get more ammo that the game itself is being too stingy to give him flat out the back, then he's in the right to do it. If the game is being built, it has been built to fuck over the players, and to make them pay for more and more shit, then the fan has every right to cheat the system, come up stronger, and say, I'm not going to be squeezed like fresh fruit. I'm going to get what I deserve, and I'm going to leave. And honestly, in this instance, I'm going to say right now, the fan had every right to cheat. And I stand by that principle.
Yep.
And I forever will. And anyone who says, oh, Rev supports, piracy, Rev supports this, this, and this. Yeah, I do. Especially when dipshits and people who really don't deserve people's money is behind this. So honestly, I can, with a clear conscience, I can say this. I advocate piracy if it's for a right reason. I.e., if you're going to hurt a AAA studio, do it. If you're doing it to hurt a little indie developer, you're scum. There. I've got all this rage off my chest. So much anger. Oh shit, I forgot I wanted to... it's too late now. I wanted to put on now I remember the game I was missing tonight. I wanted to put in Crackdown 3, aka the Terry Crews Simulator. Yeah, the game is literally a Terry Crews simulator.
Mm-hmm.
He's the main character. He's actually in the game at the intro, and it's entirely possible for you to keep playing as Terry Crews throughout the whole game.
Jeez.
It was amazing. Like he's actually to make us feel better, ever so slightly. In the game, the commanding officer of a small team of agents that are deployed, right? And he has a hollow tattoo on his right bicep. So whenever he flexes, the tattoo appears in full display. And oh man, like what was it? The tattoo said something to the effect of "Daddy Duck," specifically. And in it, when he flexes the arm again, he says, and I quote, "Quack quack, motherfuckers." It's like I'm hoping this game does well because Terry is just like on point. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Like let's close out with this for tonight.
Oh boy.
Hopefully it shows right there. I love it. I love how stupid this tattoo is, but it's like something he would get. Honestly. I love it.
I
So that's why
actually wasn't paying attention. What game is this?
Crackdown 3,
Ah.
aka the the not Saints Row Saints Row.
Mm.
I say that because there's a lot of like interesting shit going on, but also very silly shit going on.
Yeah.
I still can't believe they actually got Terry Crews to be in this game.
Oh Jesus.
I love every second of it. I love the fact you can play as him as the main character. And I even love what I love about the game is that one of the objectives is to disable propaganda holograms, like towers, right? And then you replace them with Terry Crews giving like motivational things. It's like, if you're having a bad day, you need to ask yourself this: do I look like a bad guy? It's so. I want a movie about this now, like just Terry Crews as the agent. And we came close to it. They actually had live action shit with him in it. Yeah, no
People
one
are
knows
still
this
waiting for the
is
day that he voices a hero in Overwatch.
It will happen. It will happen. I mean, he's friends with Blizzard to begin with. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to wait for the day and hope that the flexing arms will become a thing.
I mean, a new hero came out, by the way, named Baptiste.
Mm-hmm.
And according to Lycan, he's actually pretty good. He still has some things to be improved on, but he's pretty good. He is not voiced by Terry Crews, unfortunately.
Ah.
But when I saw when I saw him, I thought, "Oh God, please tell me it's Terry Crews." It's not.
Baptiste, a new hero for Overwatch.
Yeah, he's a healer and GPS. He's a combo. So he's like a soldier.
Except, well, not really, but you know.
Mm.
Honestly, like I would even be watch as a robot. I would be happy with that, even in that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Just put him as someone, please. I'd even be happy if he was just the announcer at this point.
Like, can you imagine how much more pumped up people would be for Overwatch if he was the announcer?
Oh yeah, like the intro of the of Crackdown 3, he is giving the most like cheesy inspirational speech imaginable, and it's so amazing. The whole time he's talking, I'm like, why are we still here? Let's jump out of this bitch already.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I'm sure Crackdown 3 isn't going to do well because, people are. It's not a very fun or interesting game. It's kind of like a copy of the last game that came out like almost a decade ago. But at the same time, I'm like, I wanted to succeed specifically,
By the way, we're still on Big Daddy Duck.
Keep it.
Yeah. Because we need something nice.
It's like, can we get that as like the clan logo now?
No, because it's officially copyrighted.
Shit. Still, like, this makes my day. This honestly, anything Terry Crews is involved with makes my day. It's like I could be having the worst day ever, and I could, but all I would need to do is look up a tweet from Terry Crews of him yelling or having a blast, and I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm. I now want to watch Terry Crews play D&D because he did that, and I love the episode so much.
Terry, yeah, exactly. Like, it should be like I know Jack Black has his own thing, right?
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to him.
Like, I think this is what I think should happen. I think Jack should host a D&D campaign with and just ask a bunch of like high octane friends to just kind of come over and one to be Terry Crews.
I think
go ahead.
I think for the most part it should just be like Geek and Sundry or something, like Critical Role, do celebrity D&D, which is what it is, with Jack Black, because Jack Black is like kind of crazy.
Exactly, like he will be an insane bard, like a warrior for the group. Mm-hmm. Specifically, just no. And what's amazing is that since he is like a ritual buy a guitar, so he can actually perform powered ballads during fights. Come on.
Oh, he and Sam would have a blast.
Hold on, could be worse. He could be the next. Oh my God, Terry Crews as Sergeant Johnson.
Is that good or bad?
He's the sergeant from Halo.
Well, yeah, but is it good or bad? I know who the character is.
I think it would work, honestly. Like, let's face it, Johnson is, he is the military, the stereotypical military bravado type, and Terry is the guy who brings in the A game and the pop octane action. I think it would be a perfect combination if written correctly.
Yeah.
It's like Terry Crews for live action Halo. Oh, God.
What I also like, and this is something people probably didn't know unless you're like a part of like the big D&D scene, is that the voice of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is the biggest D&D nerd ever. I love it.
Oh, Jesus. And with the internet's sudden obsession with Shaggy, I'm sure that's gonna be something. But no, we can cover we can cover the Crackdown 3 another time, because I do think it deserves its own little Revs review. And and maybe if we're lucky, we can get Terry Crews on. It's never gonna fucking happen.
No. You have any idea how busy that guy is?
No, I know. It's more wishful thinking, but
Yeah.
All right. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in once more to Left for Random Talk.
Oh, shit.
Please stay. What's up?
So I accidentally clicked on the tab that has the World of Warcraft Silver D&D thing with Terry Crews, so it was about to show him screaming. Like, we were about to start hearing him screaming in the background.
He hears our calls. He's come for us. Oh god, Old Spice power. Oh, that was a missed opportunity for Crackdown 3. I'm gonna be completely honest. There was at no point did Terry Crews shout Old Spice. I'm quite disappointed.
Or just make
But I
fun
think
of
I'm
a
gonna
body spray.
the game does have something called like something moonshine in it. Doesn't take itself seriously with advertising. I'm sure he could have gotten away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this week's episode Left for Random. Like always, please stay tuned for HH's little update as per usual. This has been Rev, and we will see you all next Thursday. Ciao.
Yep. All right. So as he said, it's just me and the audience here. At the end of the stream, I always give this usual spiel, and it's very important to listen about it. Down below in the description on YouTube and underneath the video on Twitch is a link and a creeper face that says you can support the stream by clicking here. It's supposed to lead to restream.com. Well, not that. It's supposed to lead to Streamlabs, so you can donate to support us. It doesn't work yet. I have been struggling very, very hard to actually get it working. Mostly because my own stupidity. So I have to say this again, don't click on it. It doesn't help. What does help is sharing the links around, spreading the word, getting the name out there that we are streaming, and we are more than happy to have new people. I try very hard to stream every day. It's just not been very easy lately. For the most part, I have been streaming only when there's left for random talk to do. I was supposed to do a stream on Sunday last week, and I didn't. Because there was 3 or 4 days worth of panic and anxiety that made it really difficult to function. So, yeah. For those of you who are on Twitch, we are going to host my good friend Lycan Alpha. For those of you who are on YouTube, I am sorry, this is where we're going to end. We will see you guys next Thursday. If I am not panic and anxiety ridden on Sunday, I will do a stream. I highly suggest you not hold your breath on that one, because it all depends on how much strength I have. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you later.